ICP OES tests. Are they just for the Triton method? We're going to find out. Coming up. Hey guys, welcome to Hit or Miss Aquariums, where we got all your saltwater needs covered, and if we don't, we will find out the answers for you. If that's something you're interested in, you're new to reefing, or maybe even a veteran, please consider subscribing. Welcome to Triton Tuesday. I know it's Wednesday. I'm sorry. Some crazy things happened yesterday, and I will go over them in another video. Some of you may already know what happened, but it's crazy, and we got some fun things in store for you as a result of it. You get the ICP OES test kit from BRS or Unique Corals, and it has all the instructions. You want to come to this website, Triton Applied Reef Bioscience, and go to the English version, set up your account and everything, and there'll be instructions in there on how you link everything together. It's very simple, and then you just send these 2 little vials of water off. Then they email you and say, hey, all your test results are ready. One thing I will tell you, 100%, at least for me, make sure that when you look at this, you look at it on Internet Explorer, the web browser, not Firefox or Google Chrome. I've had some serious issues where, once we dive into this, I'll show you, the dosing recommendations do not show up correctly on Google Chrome for me. So maybe the other browsers it would be okay, but for me, I thought I didn't have to dose anything on my first test run. Come to find out, my second test run there wasn't any dosing, and then I went and I looked at it on Internet Explorer and there was a whole sheet. So maybe that's a good tip for you guys, but something I just noticed. So let's look at it. Name of my aquarium, I know you guys will probably think this is pretty funny, is the Death Star, and my friend Troy and I set that up because you know, it was a running joke at the time that anything that I put in there was probably going to die because I was so new, but I've actually been relatively successful, so that's always a good thing. So let's look at what my ICP test looks like. This is the most recent one, and it was done in March 18th is when it came back. So you guys have probably seen this in other videos, but you know, this is just the basic breakdown of all the elements and everything that they test for. The set point tells you where it should be, the analysis tells you where it is, and then, you know, the indicator over here will tell you if it's too high or too low based on those two. So as you can see, all my heavy metals are okay. My macro elements for 120 gallons, which is the size of my tank, salt is good. We don't really run into any issues. Everything kind of looks in the green range there. Calcium's a little low, but easily corrected. The LI group, everything looks good. The I group, iodine is low here, and then, you know, so on and so forth. I'm not going to read all these to you, but obviously you can see the problem areas here have red on them, and this is chromium. So I have no idea how that got in my tank, and then iron is off the charts. I mean, it's supposed to be 0.1, it's at 8.12. So, and then my nutrient group, my phosphorus and my phosphate are too low. So this just tells you where everything's at, and then it'll tell you, you go to the next tab, it says help. What do we find? And this is kind of like your results page. And this is where it tells you your chromium is high, your magnesium levels are slightly elevated. What they recommend doing, do 6 times 15% water changes with Triton 2.0 or other recommended salt. Spread over 6 weeks, so that's 1 water change a week. So there's a myth right there uncovered. This is not a no water change system. You can change your water, and will have to if your parameters are out of check. Now, the ultimate goal is, sure, we won't have to change the water maybe at some point, but you know, it doesn't mean that you're never going to have to change water. So get that out of your head right now. And then very important, this is the dosing tab. So you can see it tells you very important for your aquarium, not important but beneficial for your aquarium, and then fine tuning. So I stopped at the important for your aquarium tab just because I didn't want to spend a ton of money on various different things. I thought that very important sounded good and important sounded good. but then not important but beneficial sounded like, okay, maybe I could get away with that. So we'll see what happens. But as you can see here, iodine, it tells you what it does for your system, improves overall health of SPS corals and microalgae. We recommend a corrective dosage for 2 days. The first day should be this, on the last day should be this, and then after, weekly, it should be, whatever 0.55 ml times 7 is. That's what I'm currently doing. And the same thing with these other things. So as you can see, this just really kind of gets you honed in. So my goal with these is whenever they say, hey, we need you to do a water change for 6 weeks, do the water change for 6 weeks, do what they told you to, and then send another test kit in and see what happens. So this has just kind of been a broad overview of the ICP OES test kit. The last tab is a visual. I'm not really sure what this does. I don't know. It looks like there's graphs or something. I haven't really gotten into this. I just use these first 3 tabs. And so it gives you a ton of data on what is in your system. And much better than having to do all these various different tests yourself. So I hope this has been helpful. This is what an ICP test looks like if you haven't gotten one back. A lot of people do these on random stuff that you may be able to find on the internet. Just keep that in mind. People do it on salts. People do it on their own tap water to see what's in their tap water. I've seen people do it on all kinds of stuff. So Google it. You can probably find some interesting results if you want to know kind of like what's specifically in the salt that you're using. But in terms of your tank, this gives you a very good indication of where your tank is. And you don't have to have the Triton method to do this. It just kind of, is one of the staples of the Triton method. Like, check in on your tank, make sure that something crazy is not going on. But I hope this has helped. And, we'll definitely keep you guys updated on the crazy things that happened this week. And I can't wait for you guys to hear them because they are crazy. They're setbacks. I'm not going to lie. I had a huge setback. But at the same time, you learn something. I had great people. This community is so awesome. People that help you out throughout the way. And like I said in my previous video, if you haven't checked out Rico's Reef Tank, come by and check it out. He live streams all the time, and he is absolutely phenomenal and will answer your questions. He's got over 2 decades of experience. Do I need to say anything else? I don't think so. Peace!